right, good Monday morning to you online and in person. We do have homework due this week, so it's like, okay, school is real. Not that it wasn't real last week, but we got stuff due. So on Wednesday, online or in person, beautiful function worksheet, page 55, page 67 from Friday, and page 67 from today. So 4 things will be due on Wednesday. We also have a quiz that day. So just a couple days and we'll have some stuff due and a quiz. And then the test is next block day. Any questions on calendar, quiz? All right, let's go over Friday's assignment, page 67. Not number 67, page 67, 5 through 25, 37 to 55. Odd. Questions from that set? Yes, ma'am.
Well, I was just wondering, on 23 or like 25, the C question. I forgot that algebra.
Okay. Yeah, just straight up. What does that algebra mean? I forgot that.
Yeah.
All right, f of x is, we'll do 23.
Okay.
5 minus x, g of x is x cubed. And then part C, it's got that composite function thing going on. And you're right, it's like, we haven't done that in a while. So let's plug in 1. So that would be the limit as x approaches 1 of g of f of 1. Actually, not limit, because we're just going to plug it in and see if this works. Because 5 minus x is normal, like there's nothing crazy about that. There's no holes, jumps, whatever. X cubed, same thing. So we should be able to use substitution on this. So f of 1, 5 minus 1 is 4. And then g of 4, because f of 1 is 4, is 4 cubed. 4 times 4 is 16 times 4. Actually, safe stop. So the answer is 4 cubed. Right? Why mess up 4 cubed? It's 64. I mean, leave it as 4 cubed. It is 64, but if you're worried about multiplying things out, leave it as 64. So is that a reminder of composite functions?
Yes.
Okay. Other questions?
I just wanted to make sure that most of the first ones were substitution, right?
Yeah, most of the page is substitution.
Okay.
And even once you do one of the tricks like factoring or the multiply, the fix the numerator thing, like you do the algebra trick and then you substitute. So I guess I could say they're all substitution eventually.
Yeah.
41 through 45, the wording was really weird.
Okay.
So I didn't really understand what it was asking for.
Write a simpler function that agrees with the function at all but one point. Then find the limit of the function. Okay. Yeah, that is kind of a strange way to ask what they're trying to ask. 41 to 45, they're all similar. So find an equation that's similar to that except at one point. Really, if it had just said find the limit, that would have been enough to get you to the right answer. If I factor out the x and then cancel the x, then I'm left with x plus 3. So that's the function they're talking about. X plus 3 is the same as the original function except at x equals 0. So we could say something like x can't be 0 because we'd be dividing by 0. So this is what they're talking about by a function that's identical to this function except at that one point. And then find the limit. So now we can plug 0 in. So the limit for this one would be 3. use the graphing utility, you don't need to do that, but what this graph would look like, let's see, it would be x plus 3, so that's a line. It would look like that. This function would look like this. This function would not have the hole. So they're identical functions except for the hole. But holes don't matter for limits, so we can use this function to find the limit. Does that make sense? Good question. Oddly worded, 41 to 45. So, yes, sir.
39 on D.
39D. Ooh, power of 3/2. Limit as x approaches c. Oh, I see what it's saying. So the limit as x approaches c of f of x is 4. And then part D says, given that information, what's the limit as x approaches c of f of x to the 3/2? Well, so it's likely we can put the 3/2 outside of all of this and stick 4 in for the limit. So 4 to the 3/2. And safe stop, you could leave that alone and be good. I guess the problem with safe stops is it doesn't help you on multiple choice. On multiple choice, we're always going to carry it to the final answer. So 4 to 3/2 is an acceptable answer, but on a multiple choice test, you would have to remember what 4 to the 3/2 means. So it would be 4 to the 1/2 cubed, so 2 cubed, so 8. So those are identical. Well, identical may be strong. Those are both acceptable answers, but on a multiple choice test, 8 would be the option, not 4 to the 3/2. Andrew? Yeah. So let's see, 53 or 55. You got a preference on those? 55. I mean, they work pretty much the same way. Well, first step is substitution. I mean, we don't think it's going to work because it's in that bottom section with weird square roots. But if we plug in 0, we get square root of 5 minus square root of 5. We plug in 0 in the bottom, so 0 over 0. So yeah, this doesn't work. So we need to do the algebra trick to fix it. So square root of x plus 5 plus square root of 5, top and bottom. We change the middle sign. That's supposed to make the O and the I of FOIL cancel out and make the square roots go away. So root x plus 5 times root x plus 5 is x plus 5. And then I'm not going to write the O and the I terms of FOIL. We've done this enough. I can see that the outside and the inside are the same thing except for the sign, so I'm just going to leave it alone. The last term of FOIL would be minus 5. And then remember, leave the bottom alone. Don't multiply out the bottom because it makes it worse. All right, plus 5 minus 5 cancels out. And then the x's will cancel out. So we've got limit as x approaches 0 of 1 over square root of x plus 5 plus the square root of 5. And again, it always eventually comes back to substitution. Wait a minute, I shouldn't say that. It usually comes back to substitution. Today we're going to break that rule. But if I plug in 0, 1 over square root of 5 plus square root of 5. And I can leave that as my answer. That is a safe stop. On a multiple choice test, they're going to simplify that to 1 over 2 square root of 5. So free response, I'd leave it like that. Multiple choice, you can expect it to be simplified. All right, let's pause there. We did a lot, so that was good.